You can have a seat.
Sorry.
Call your witness.
People call Officer Howard.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can have a seat. And then if you can state your first and last name and then spell both.
Peter Howard, PeterHoward.
You can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Howard, are you currently employed?
Yes,
Where are you employed?
with the Lansing Police Department.
And what are your assignment at the Lansing Police Department?
General patrol as a police officer.
How long have you been in this assignment?
Approximately 12 years.
12 years, okay. Were you on duty on July 13th of 2025?
I was.
Okay, and did you on that day encounter someone that you see present in courtroom today?
I did.
Can you point that individual out and identify him by an article of clothing?
Yep, it's a gentleman over here with the blue sweater with the tan on it.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
Any objection? No. Identification's noted.
Officer Howard, tell us what was the initial call that brought you into contact with the defendant?
It was a PPO or a PA 53 violation.
Tell us what happened when you arrived in response to that call.
I spoke to the protected party of a PA 53. I believe her name was Miss Fundenbergs.
What happened after you spoke with the protected individual?
I spoke with her and determined there's been a violation. And then I went inside the Advent House at 743 North Martin Luther King and made contact with the defendant.
What happened when you made contact with the defendant?
He was loud, boisterous, very upset. We eventually took him into custody for the violation of the protected order of people.
And when you took him into custody, what was his demeanor?
He was argumentative, uncooperative, very loud and upset, threatening.
What happened when you were taking him into custody?
He was screaming loud things, threatening to cut our legs off.
Did he have any weapons on him at that time?
In some bags, we found them later at the jail when we were searching his property, several knives.
Describe those knives.
I don't recall exactly who tagged them in the property, but they were large kitchen knives, from what I recall.
And you said that he made active threats towards you?
Correct.
Can you repeat again what exactly he said?
Threatened to cut our legs off, officer's legs off.
Were you with an additional officer?
I was.
He threatened that officer as well?
We were both standing there together, so I took it as a threat. I don't speak for him, but we were both standing there.
And how did this incident conclude?
He was taken into custody downtown at the jail, and I believe he was taken to Sparrow Hospital for a mental health evaluation. However, I was not involved in that part of it.
Did you check to see his bond status at that time?
I did.
And what was that?
He was out on bond. He had a PA 53 protecting both parties.
Okay, no further questions.
Officer Howard, you mentioned that you responded to a PA 53 call on the behalf of Fundenbergs, Ms. Fundenbergs.
Yes.
When you arrived there, where did you find my client?
He was downstairs in the 743 North King in a cafeteria coming out of the back.
Okay, so you actually witnessed him coming out of the back and you were inside.
Correct.
And at what point did you begin to interact with him?
When we went into the basement of the cafeteria, when he came out of the bathroom, I believe we talked to staff and asked him if he was there, and then he came out of the bathroom. I believe they indicated that's what it was, so we waited.
Okay. Did you ever ascertain whether or not he was at that location first, or whether Ms. Fundenbergs was there first?
I would have to refer to my report. I believe she was there first, so I refer to the report.
Okay. I actually don't have a report. Do we have a report?
A report from the PA 53?
Yes. Narrative that was described either. So if I were to hand you a report, the report from that day, it would refresh your memory.
Yes,
Your Honor, permission to approach the witness?
Yes.
if my narrative is in there. It will be. Not my report. This is a supplemental report, but my part of it is not included.
Okay, so you can't recall whether or not Ms. Fundenbunks was there first or my client was there first?
Correct.
Okay. What is Advent House?
It's like I wouldn't call it a day shelter, but they provide meals and other activities for people that need it.
Okay, sort of like a drop-in location for homeless people.
Yeah.
Okay. Would it have made a difference if he had been there first?
No.
Okay, so he was not allowed to be at that location at all?
No, he was allowed to be there. Yeah. However, if she appears there, he has to be based on the order.
Okay, and how were you made aware that he knew she was there?
She testified, or she told me that she was sitting at the table in the cafeteria and he approached her and sat down at the table next to her.
Okay. And you also mentioned that he had knives in his possession. Were they on his person?
They were in, I believe they're in some bags, and then his walker had a bunch of property in it too, and they were all kind of sorted throughout all that.
Okay.
If I recall.
And those items kind of presented like homeless or houseless persons' belongings that they carry with them all the time.
It's, yeah, just typical of that, yeah.
Okay, so it'd be reasonable to not assume that he was carrying them around as weapons to hurt Ms. Fundenbunks.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Would you say that he actually removed any of those knives and physically threatened her with them?
No, there's no indication that happened.
So you never saw a knife on his person?
In his property, but not physically in his hand.
Okay. So when he was yelling things at you, he wasn't doing that in a way that posed an imminent threat that he was actually going to cut anyone?
No.
All right. No further questions, sir.
Any redirect?
I know redirect.
Thank you, Officer Howard. Any additional witnesses?
No,
Any witnesses from the defense? Argument.
Your Honor, I believe you've heard the testimony. Testimony stated that Officer Howard got a call about a PA violation, that the defendant came into this location where the protected party was already at. He sat down next to the protected party. He knew that he wasn't supposed to be there, and if he saw her, he wasn't supposed to be within 2,000 feet. He should have turned around and left. After he was approached by officers, he threatened officers. He had multiple knives on him. They were in around his person, so he did have the ability to take out those knives and use those. In addition to in addition to being around the protected party, he also engaged in some assaultive behavior, and he had knives on him that could pose a danger. So, Your Honor, I ask that you find the defendant guilty. Thank you.
Sure.
Yes, Your Honor. We did hear testimony from the officer today that he was indeed at a location that the no contact or complaining witness was also located at, but it is not clear whether or not he was at that location first.
And how does that matter?
Well, it does appear to be a drop-in shelter, Your Honor. And I'm not sure whether or not Mr. Reese really registered that that was Ms. Fundenbunks. It is not clear whether or not he went there to seek her out. No testimony today has mentioned that or asserted that. It is also clear that those knives that were mentioned were not on his physical person, but rather in his belongings. And as a person without housing, it could very reasonably been that he just carried those around for various purposes, for living purposes and not for any threatening purposes. As he did not physically threaten with those knives, the actual police or the complaining witness, Your Honor, we would ask this court to not consider this a violation of his bond.
I would just say that he had an ample opportunity, once he did find out this was a protected party, he did not. Your Honor, I ask you, thank you.
The court order was for him not to be anywhere where the defendant or the protected party was. Not, it doesn't matter if she's there first. And then now the allegations or the testimony is not only was he where she was, but went and took it upon himself to sit directly in front of her. Do I think that there was a situation where it didn't register to him that this was the person that he is being accused to have assaulted on a previous date and time? I think it did register. Mr. Reese is far more astute than that he knows who's in front of him and who's not. And so the violation today is not just that he was in the presence of the protected party, because if I was here with just an allegation that he showed up to the admin house or to the drop-in shelter and it just so happened that the other party was there, we wouldn't be here. I've had that happen in multiple times. We wouldn't be here. I'm not holding you in contempt for that. The contemptible behavior became when the police tried to come and engage as a result of the 911 call and his behavior from that, because he also has a bond condition and he's not supposed to have any dangerous weapons, and he's also not supposed to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. Would telling officers that you're going to chop their legs off be threatening behavior?
Yes, sir.
Then we have a violation. Also threatening behavior would be when you come off the elevator at the court, you brandish your colostomy bag as if you're going to throw it at somebody so you can let people know that it's full. Try throwing a bag in here today and see what happens. You did that the last time you were remanded. I guarantee you, I will light you up for every single violation and you will serve a full year in the jail. Do you understand me? You have more control over your behavior than you like to pretend when you come around courtrooms. You want to come in here, you want to yell at people, you want to yell at your attorney, you want to curse out lawyers, you want to act like you don't know how to behave when you're already here for 2 counts of assault and battery, using your walker to try to now create a picture that, oh, I didn't know what I was doing, or I have all these medical concerns. These medical concerns aren't stopping you from assaulting people. If you're so sick, then focus on your illness and stop assaulting people, or you'll be sitting in jail. Do you understand that? So I'm sustaining the violation from July 13, 2025 as a contempt of court violation. Now, my understanding is he took a plea on this matter. He was sentenced to serve 30 days in jail. I gave him credit for 18 days, at which time when he was being remanded, he ripped his colostomy bag out and started throwing it in open court. He was kicking, fighting, biting, and spitting court security while being remanded. I have that set for a contempt order on October 27th. Of course, he did not appear. That's direct contempt. We don't have to hold a hearing for that. I was present. Then I find out that the police release you from custody of the jail, likely because your behavior or possibly a medical condition. I don't know. I'm not going to punish and penalize security or police by putting you in their presence today. That's why these people are in here with gloves, because you don't know how to act. I got 4 fully able, well-bodied and armed security in here because of you. Sounds ridiculous. And you gotta have a caretaker bring you to court. I believe that this will resolve the matter. I'm not going to remand him today because I don't want to have to deal with the repercussions of his inability to control himself and his bodily fluids that are attached to his body. You need to focus in on your health and your wellness and mental wellness, okay? Because it doesn't sound like the way you're taking care of yourself, you have many days on this earth. You probably want to start treating people better. Do you understand that? You're all set. Thank you.
She was waiting for her attorney, so I did not proceed to talk to her, so I'm not sure. I don't know.
Nobody, she told me that. They called me for a court-appointed attorney. I talked to her, and that was it.
Court-appointed attorney, we don't have court-appointed attorneys. So
Okay.
legal services, you would have done a intake with them. If they were going to represent you, that they would have filed an appearance. You've not heard from them?
Nope.
Okay, then
But
if I pass, I can speak to her. My client's outside, so we'll try to. Thank you, Judge.
I'm willing.